This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
Today we take up one of our recommendations to help you overcome lack of engagement in compliance training, and that is by using strength-based training. We instruct people about prohibited behaviors in compliance and ethics training and how the company detects and disciplines misconduct, but in doing so, employees often feel mistrusted and alienated. They tune out. This is deficit-based learning. It approaches the learner as a risk factor or a potential delinquent, if not juvenile delinquent. It aims to constrain unwanted behaviors. When employees can learn how to effectively shape and safeguard the ethical workplace they aspire to, they feel inspired and tune in to the training. This is called strength-based training. It approaches the learner as a valued partner in maintaining integrity. It assumes that people have the capabilities, and it aims to elicit and strengthen the positive ethical faculties present in most people. Traditional compliance training often begins with an assumption that employees might engage in appropriate behavior. This deficit-focused approach makes employees feel like potential delinquents, which of course is suboptimal and certainly counterproductive. The reality is when training casts employees in a negative light, it threatens their self-concept and leads to disengagement. Self-affirmation theory in psychology supports this, suggesting people need to feel respected and valued to stay engaged. In contrast, strength-based training approaches and builds upon the positive capabilities that employees bring to the table. This method has proven successful in various fields, including healthcare, aviation safety, and education. It encourages employees more effectively by acknowledging their existing values, problem-solving skills, and capacity for ethical behavior. Of course, it's all about the user experience, and this highlights the significance of the user experience in training, as effective compliance training should integrate employees as valued partners. By focusing on the need and expectations of learning, training can become more engaging and more impactful. The shift from content-centric training to learner-centric training is crucial for building trust and engagement. Employees inherently possess ethical values and capabilities, and strength-based training plays to this approach. So, rather than tell somebody you're Dr. No from the land of no, say yes. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.